Bandidos, the all-new expertise system is here, and if you're confused on how it works, you're not alone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to easily understand the expertise system, help you think through which gear to level up, and learn the best way to do so you save massive amounts of time and resources. Let's go. Expertise, what is it and why does it exist? Expertise is the new feature that allows you to upgrade your gear, weapons, and skill variants. It gives your grind more purpose, as well as eliminates waste by giving your junk gear a purpose too. The expertise system is located where you find the optimization station. The important elements are proficiency, expertise, and grade. Let's start with the most basic. Also, stick around to the end because I have a rank up guide for you that will save you tons of time and resources. Proficiency is the level of experience you have with an item. There are 10 levels of proficiency, and these levels are called ranks. It's all sort of nonsense though. You are either fully proficient or not. Ranks don't have any value except for showing you your progress to being fully proficient. All you care about is being proficient, which is level 10. There are two ways to gain proficiency on an item: play with it or donate to it. You can donate items or resources. More on that later. Once you are proficient with an item, you will see this star badge. It can be seen here in the expertise system menu, in your inventory, and on the items themselves. You might be wondering whether you are gaining proficiency on a whole class or a specific item. The answer is yes. There's a lot of confusion here. For weapons, you must gain proficiency on the unique weapon type. Levels gained will not transfer to the entire weapon class or any variations of the weapon type. Talents are ignored in the expertise system. The Dare is the new named GR9 LMG. Notice I am proficient with the Dare, and all of my duplicate Dares are equally proficient, but I am not proficient with all the other LMGs. I only used one Dare, and the proficiency earned transferred over to exact matches to this unique weapon type only. Notice the GR9 is not proficient. The proficiency from the Dare did not apply to the GR9 because that is an unnamed variation. If I level up the GR9, all duplicate GR9s will also level up, but not the Dare. The blue screen is the new exotic GR9 LMG. Exotics are considered unique items and each must earn its own proficiency too. Another example is the KINGBREAKER and the TKB408. Although they are both the same weapon type, they are each unique variants. Ranking one won't rank the other. This is visualized in the expertise system too. If you notice, the AKM, Black Market AK, Manic, and the military AKM are variants of the same weapon, and each are on the menu with different levels of proficiency. I must invest into each to level them up. So named weapons, unnamed weapon variants, and exotics are all unique items that each need to be ranked up separately. This all works a little bit differently for gear. You can rank an entire brand or gear set, and the proficiency will apply to all gear items under the brand or gear set. The exceptions are named items and exotic gear items. These have their own proficiency levels. For example, if I level up the named Walker and Harris Chainkiller chest piece, all my Chainkiller variations will level up, but my unnamed Walker gear will not. The reverse also applies. If I level up my Walker and Harris brand proficiency, the named Chainkiller chest piece will not level up with the brand Walker and Harris. Anytime I level up an unnamed Walker piece, all unnamed Walker pieces gain that proficiency. And the more brand pieces you have on, the more proficiency you gain for it. Although you can equip 6 pieces to level up even faster, that's not really necessary, as you will notice things level up quite quickly around here on the proficiency side of things. You are either proficient or you are not. That's all you care about. And the only thing that changes once you are is that you get to invest more into the system. But this time, when you invest resources and time, you actually gain a benefit. The item's core stat gets better. That is called gaining expertise, and we call each level of expertise gained a grade. This is my expertise level. so I can upgrade any proficient item marked by this symbol to that expertise level. Grades are earned by gaining general proficiency. You don't have to be fully proficient in anything to gain grades, so don't be confused by this stat. Of the 344 items, this is how many I'm proficient with. This means I can only grow my expertise level by gaining proficiency on the remaining 300 and something items. This is also saying, in not so many words, to reach my max expertise level on any one item, you need to be proficient in all 344 items. I'll let you think about that for a second. The yellow meter shows how much proficiency I need to get to the next level. Once you have earned at least one expertise level, you can increase any proficient item's grade. Your expertise grade cap is your expertise level. That is your limit. Weapons get 1% increase to base damage. Gear gets 1% increase to base armor value. Skills get 1% increase to base damage, healing, and status effect duration depending on the skill. Adding grades is easy. Select any item with the proficiency symbol. Here it shows you the grade bonus. Here it shows you the cost. This is the maximum grade level I can make this item today. So I have to do this that many times. After I do, my mantis will be that grade level, which is going to give me more base damage. Once you have added grades, it will display on the unique individual item. Listen up. This is important. Any duplicates of the item you are adding expertise to will not receive the grade increase. This is different from how the proficiency worked earlier. Proficiency applied to duplicates. Expertise grades only apply to a single unique item, regardless if there are any duplicates to it in your stash or inventory. So you want to be absolutely sure the item you're grading up is one that won't be abandoned or replaced by a better version later. Alert! Here is what no one is telling you and you really need to know. There are lots of people promoting you invest insane amounts of e-credits, time, and effort into boosting your proficiency as fast as you can. The theory is to get as many things proficient to level up your expertise so you can have max stats on all your gear. What they forgot to tell you is that the expertise system is extremely expensive. Remember, there are two parts to this, the proficiency and expertise system. Leveling up a single weapon to only expertise grade 4 basically cleaned me out. These components and fabric cannot be purchased directly. You have to farm or buy gear and crush it. Components come from weapons. Pistols are cheapest. I'm buying one for 5,644 e-credits. Only gets me 46 measly components. So when you run out, each level I want to boost to requires 8 pistols purchased and crushed. I have 4 levels I have to buy and deconstruct. Imagine if my expertise was artificially boosted to level 10. Imagine if you spent tons of resources on your proficiency to race there just to encounter this choke point. You won't be able to upgrade many items without doing another workaround, depleting more resources and spending a ridiculous amount of time doing it. All of this can be avoided if you simply make the expertise system part of your routine gameplay. Upgrade as you go, spend more time playing. There are 344 items to level up on in the game. You have to reach level 10 on each of those to be fully proficient. That's 3,440 levels of proficiency in total. 3,440. The single biggest thing I can recommend is to avoid spending resources on something you know you're going to use a lot and rake up proficiency on passively. For example, do not buy 20 Heartbreaker chess pieces right now just to donate them. I was fully proficient with Heartbreaker in a day or two. You can also spend printer filament to level up these brands and gear sets. One suggested way floating around out there is to buy mods from the vendor, crush them, and donate them until you are fully proficient on your 344 items. Okay, let's break this one down. It costs 300 printer filaments to gain 1 level of proficiency on a standard item. There are 10 levels, so 3,000 printer filaments to be fully proficient. Your watch only holds 2,000 printer filaments, so you will need to replenish before you become proficient on one single item. So if you're going to purchase mods cost about 4,515 e-credits and net you 6 measly printer filaments. You need 3,000. Remember, you would need to buy 500 mods to make one item fully proficient. That's 2,257,500 500 in E-credits spent to be fully proficient on one item. If we do this for all 344 items, that's 172,000 mods, which is 776,580,000 in E-credits. Now, I know you're not going to do that, but it's got to be said, this is also cost prohibitive and not scalable. The time alone to do this would probably bore you to death. Sure, you can farm mods and not spend E-credits at all, but do you really want to farm for 172,000 crappy mods when you could be farming for awesome gear? Okay, here's the deal. The reason why these methods seem so outlandish, the reason why they're so expensive is simply because you're rushing it. That's right, that's the reason why. The system is designed for you to also gain proficiency passively just by using items. So if you go in early and spend all your time at the vendor, you're not ranking your gear or discounting the cost of donations required to fully rank in proficiency because you are already ranked some just by using those items. Here's another tip. Gaining proficiency is only the first part, and it's the easy and cheap part. Gaining expertise grades costs more valuable and rare resources, and the ways to acquire those resources are much more limited. And if you spent all your E-credits on the proficiency, which didn't actually give you any power-ups, you got to the part that really mattered empty-handed. I'm not trying to discourage you from the expertise system. On the contrary, I love it, and I love its purpose. If you integrate it as a part of your everyday gameplay, you will find it's not tedious or grindy at all, and that managing your resources is much easier. One of the biggest benefits of this system is that it turns your trash into treasure. Now you can take that trash and donate it instead of crushing it for resources you are probably all stocked up on anyways. I understand some of you probably have more E-credits than you know what to do with, but there's only so much expertise grades you can handle with the amount of rare resources you have available. I don't know exactly what that is, but I can say it only took a few grade levels on a few items to clean out my receiver components and protective fabric. For quality of life, I think my time is better spent playing the game and grinding for gear I want and passively increasing my proficiency on those things by donating junk or actually using the items. I'm satisfied with the level I've achieved so far just by playing and donating junk. This has all happened in a few days. Here's the guide to ranking up expertise. 1. Make extra characters for the inventory space and banking resources. 2. Keep the character's inventory under 120 items. 3. Donate all extra exotics to the expertise system. 4. Make the expertise system part of your daily routine. 5. Always donate junk to the expertise system first, then crush or sell it. 6. Donate resources regularly to make room for farming. Try not to be full. 7. Use your extra characters for major spending or donation runs. 8. Add a daily resource farm route into your routine. 9. Make sure items are fully optimized before adding expertise grades. 10. Use Countdown's targeted loot system to farm gear for donating. Banditos, this is my go-to Countdown build. It's a tank DPS that never needs to play in cover. You're gonna love it.